Hello friends, this is where I'm going to do apologize if my voice sounds raspy. I'm dealing with some allergy stuff. But with that being said, today I wanted to talk about Bungie's answer to roaming supers and the fact that roaming supers are just not all that common inside of Destiny 2 when you're playing any level of activity with the exception of PvP. But this video is more tailored towards discussing PvE, and the reason why is because most of these changes that I've got pulled up here to supers are PvE related. But with that being said, Bungie continuously tries to encourage us to use roaming supers. Okay, and they went in here and they made a bunch of changes, a bunch of really good changes, might I add. You know, for Storm Trance, just for an example, they've increased the damage resistance by 5%, which is really good. Where was it at? Spec Blades, they've increased damage resistance. Like, these are good changes, but are they what these supers actually need to become viable? No, they're not. Okay, and whenever I'm thinking about this, I can't help but think of the analogy story of the husband and wife who are about to have family over for Thanksgiving, and the wife is in there, she's cooking, and she asks the husband, "Can you please help me get this place ready for our guests?" So the husband, what does he do? He goes out and he mows the lawn, and he cleans the gutters out, and he changes the oil on the car and does all this stuff. And then he comes back in and he's like, okay, I did all this stuff. And the wife is like, okay, I still need help. Because the husband, even though he's doing good things, pardon me, even though he's doing good things, he's cleaning the gutters, changing the oil in the car, all that stuff needs to be done. Is it actually helping with what the wife needs help with? No. And we are in a similar situation with roaming supers. Bungie constantly buffs roaming supers, like, oh, hey, here's this, so that, you know, you're more encouraged to use it. But the problem is not that they don't have enough damage resistance. It's not that they're not dealing enough damage. The problem, in my opinion, is that roaming supers don't lend themselves to be used very much because of the time commitment to get in and out of a situation. Okay, and what I'm talking about here is, think about when you're using a roaming super inside of a Grandmaster Nightfall. Okay, are you just gonna go out and pop that super right in the boss's face while all these ads are around? No, you're gonna pop it behind cover, then you're gonna move out of cover, and you're gonna kill your ads and stuff like that, right? The shock them or cut them up with spec blades, whatever. You're gonna cut them up. But the reality is, when you run out of your super, you are going to be caught with your pants down. Okay, you're going to be caught dead in a really bad situation because you're out there, you're killing ads, you run out of super energy, all of a sudden your damage resistance is completely gone. Okay, you're literally caught with your pants down, all these ads around you, and you get shredded right there. Then of course your teammates can't revive you because you're now in a bad spot. Why would I want to use that whenever I could just use a one-off super or use a support super and have a better situation? And so, don't get me wrong, these changes are appreciated. If somebody from Bungie is watching this, I'm not saying these aren't positive changes, these aren't net good for the game, but the reality is that the reason players aren't using roaming supers inside PvE content is because they don't have enough time. Okay, not only that, but you're also battling the chunks of super energy that are taken off. Spec Blades, for example. When you do that backflip thing, to go invisible, that takes a huge chunk of super. As a Titan, when you do a Fist of Havoc ground slam, that takes a huge chunk of super. So in a realistic situation, you're behind cover, you activate your super, it takes a couple seconds to run out, run to the enemies. You can get a couple of light attacks off because light attacks aren't as, energy expensive, there we go, that's the word, as the heavy attacks. You get maybe one, maybe two heavy attacks off, and then you have to turn around and go back to cover before your super runs out, because if your super runs out and you're out in the open, again, that's pretty much a death sentence. Okay, so roaming supers aren't lasting long enough. So what can we actually do to make roaming supers better, more viable inside of content? Again, all these changes, let's keep all these are all net good, but I think the reality is, when we have a roaming super situation, we need more time on it. Okay, increase his timer from 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, inside PvE specifically, of course, PvP, different story. We can talk about PvP in a later video, but in PvE, we need more time. Okay, because I need time to activate my super, then run out there, you know, do whatever I'm doing with it, feeling awesome, feeling invincible, blah, 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 then running back to cover before it runs out. Okay, and that would give players more room to breathe and more room to use it, because I promise you, I would use roaming supers a lot more if I didn't basically have half my super energy gone to moving around the battlefield, you know, to escape on combat and stuff. Okay, and not only that, but like this is further enhanced by Bungie's removal of healing aspects. You know, Fist of Havoc used to work with knockout, or where it would heal you, or maybe not knockout specifically, but Fist of Havoc used to heal you. Like there used to be I think transfusion, but way back in the day before Arc 3.0, transfusion would heal you while you're in super, which is a tremendous thing to have happen. Like that keeps you going. Then it doesn't. Then the only way to heal was through a teammate, you know, with restoration or something like that. And that's another thing that really takes away from roaming supers is like, yeah, okay, so I pop it behind cover, full health and everything. So then I go around the cover and I start killing things, you know, I start cutting things up with Spec Blade. All of a sudden I'm taking damage. I'm taking a lot of damage, even with like almost 60% damage resistance. In Grandmaster Nightfalls, you're still gonna be taking a ton of damage. Now I'm red health, but I'm still in super, but I'm red health, so I can't really do much. I can't go and attack stuff without risking myself. So then I have to sit for a second, heal back to like half health, even to do anything. By that point, the super's basically already gone. Okay, so first change, increase the duration. And maybe maybe a minute is too long, especially paired with some of these other suggestions, but I think that a minute is appropriate. You know, have this be you know, an unstoppable force for a minute, and then we can go around and just have fun. You know, increase the duration, like the charge duration if you want to do it, but increasing the overall duration of the actual super last is really important to making roaming supers actually viable. Now the next thing, remove these silly energy, you know, consumptions when using heavy attacks and light attacks. Like there is no reason for me in Fist of Havoc to lose super energy whenever I'm doing my soldier charge or I'm doing my heavy attack. Okay, because I'm not just running around ground slamming, you know, heavy attacking everything. Like that's not realistic in a mobility sense. You know, why is that a thing? Just that needs to be gone. Okay, you want roaming supers to be more popular, remove the energy constraints. Like once that timer starts, it goes down. It doesn't go down any faster. There's nothing that drains it faster, anything like that. It goes down. And again, like maybe this paired with a minute-long super is too much, but I still think that roaming super should make you feel like invincible, basically, like an unstoppable force. But yeah, that is another huge thing, because again, why would I want to pop Fist of Havoc in a Grandmaster Nightfall if I'm gonna have to pop it from behind cover, you know? Or let's just say I'm feeling like really risky, right? I run out and then I activate it and I do a ground slam into some ads, kill some ads. Then I use my shoulder charge a couple times, you know, kill some more ads. Then I do a second heavy slam. By the time that second heavy slam is out, I need to be turning around and going back to my, you know, my cover, back to my team. Because if not, again, I'm gonna be stuck in a really bad situation. So removing the ability, or removing that energy drains, allows me to use the heavy attack more. You know, Spec Blaze allows me to, you know, go stealth more. You know, Fist of Havoc, of course, allows me to slam more. Like, these are really important things. Like, Guardians want to feel powerful. They want to feel like they are unstoppable, even in Grandmaster content. Like, especially in Grandmaster content. Right? Like, yeah, like it feels good to pop a super in, like, you know, casual Vanguard ops, but popping a super and going ham inside of a Grandmaster Nightfall is always a feel-good experience. Next thing, next answer potentially to the problem here, give players a damage resistance. You know, let players keep that 60% damage resistance for like 7 seconds after the super's out. And again, that 7 seconds, you know, you have resist times 4 or times 5, whatever it is, so that you can move back to cover, you can move back to safety. All right, those would be the things that I think Bungie could do to roaming supers to make them better, to make them more viable. Outside of that, there is one question that I want to ask the community about roaming supers, because another issue with roaming supers, of course, they're really designed as more ad clear, right? my question to the community is, how would you fix them how would you fix roaming supers to actually be used against ads over our weapons or our grenades and abilities? Because right now, in the current state of Destiny 2, I would not want to pop a roaming super to kill a bunch of ads if I have a primary or a special ammo weapon that can do the same thing. And I could save my super for a one-off super, like use against the boss or against a high health target, like something like that. Okay, like Bungie needs to figure something out. Like I think, right here, they're increasing PvE damage by 20% to spec blades. I mean, I don't ever have an issue killing things in spec blades. Like I don't have a problem with that. The problem is that why would I want to add clear with spec blades when I could add clear with my abilities or my primary or my special weapons? Even heavy weapons too can do add clear as well. That's my question. So how would I don't know how to fix that. I really don't. So I ask you guys, how do you think Bungie could fix that? But with that being said, that is the end of today's video. And yeah, I'm tired. I'm gonna go take a nap. Thank you for watching. Drop a like, helps the channel a lot. Subscribe for more daily Destiny content, conversations, debates, discussions, all that good stuff. Don't forget, we'll be live Tuesdays and Thursday nights from 7 p.m. Pacific to like 9-10 Pacific, somewhere in there. So feel free to stop by our Twitch, say hi. With that being said, do me a favor, watch the videos you see here on the end screen, because for whatever reason YouTube thinks you'll like them. We'll see you all next time, guys. Bye for now.